Technical difficulty.
Very technical difficulties. Why is my mouse not moving?
Oh,
there we go. There we go.
Go live anyway.
There we go. Now we can go live for those of you who are watching us live. Welcome to Vanishing Gates. I am Jay, and this is
The coronavirus Jack.
your intrepid host, and the strange and the unexplained. And we are a tad late for some reason. Why would that be there, Jack?
I have the coronavirus, clearly. I'm not feeling well, and as soon as my wife got off work, we both just went and passed out.
I do want to give a big shout out, though, speaking of wives and marriage and whatnot,
Oh, yes.
to the wonderful event we both were involved in yesterday.
Yes, my good friend Andrew.
Andrew and his wife Casey. That was a beautiful reception, and we're both very grateful to have been part of that, and that was super cool. It's one of the first times I've ever been in a room full of people I thought could actually
Thanks
kick my
for letting
ass.
me stand in a barn with you for your wedding, you dick.
Jack actually took shots.
Jack took shots. That's
Yeah.
probably why Jack is sick today.
Jay actually drank tequila.
Jack blames tequila. Jack blames
Third
tequila.
personing, here we go. I actually drank tequila last night.
I
That
drank-
was a weird thing because I don't enjoy tequila.
We really shouldn't have let the person who gets shots who got the shots go get the shots, because when they
River?
came back, it was roughly like
Yeah.
half a glass, like an actual glass.
No, I think that's more the bartender.
tequila.
It's a wedding. You're supposed to overpour.
So it's like a 2.5 shot,
It was pretty. It was
and
a
a half
legit
to 3
amount.
shots in
It was
one.
it was a bit much.
and I was just like, well, today's the day.
Today is the day.
We're
But it
gonna
was
get
a
out of the
great-
fucking
It was a
freaking fish
great
tank.
event, and really glad to be involved, man. It was really
It
was
was
a big
fun.
honor for me personally and my family to be involved there. It was really cool, and we want to give all of our blessings and good energy towards them on their new relationship. It's super awesome.
Congratulations,
Their
my
new
friend.
marriage. So I hope it lasts a very, very long time.
I do too. He's a
I
really
do
good
want to
guy.
say a
He's really
happy
sweet.
belated birthday to
He's
our
lucky.
cousin Billy,
Yes,
Booney.
happy birthday.
who's been on the show
Billy.
before, and our Aunt Gina, who I'm pretty sure doesn't watch this. Thank the Lord.
Yes. Happy birthday, Aunt Gina.
Thank
Happy
God,
belated birthday,
my-
Billy. I'm still tired, waking
Belated.
up.
So,
And
now,
ravaged by the coronavirus.
you want to talk about this coronavirus thing because you keep saying you have it.
No, I don't. Let's talk about Sunshine and Kittens. And then maybe I'll have those instead.
So you have the Humboldt crud, but you're confusing that with the coronavirus, or you're just being a puss cake.
I'm being a
I'm not sure
pansy.
where you're at.
And I'm just tired, is what it is. I'm just legitimately, I woke up less
You
than
were
30
also
minutes
super
ago.
late for the show because we were supposed to go live a half hour ago.
Yeah, I woke up less than an hour ago.
And then you
I was
messaged
like,
me, I'm gonna be
"Uh-oh."
After being like, we
Uh-oh.
have to be steady. We have to do this on time every time.
In chat, what the hell is NBS Gaming?
Oh, so you guys know that I hardcore love MXCP, and I'm always going to be an MXCP guy. NBS Gaming is an offshoot. It's some of my buddies that formed a different gaming community. No bullshit gaming.
Is
So,
it because
shout out to them?
is it where the riffraff go?
Yes, that
So-
is where the riffraff go when they want to not have drama.
Well, everybody knows what the riffraff is. The riffraff is essentially where everybody goes inevitably to watch the actual fun.
It's where
Versus
people
stay
go
where
to
there's no
cause
fun.
more problems. Is what's up.
I like.
Damn
to
it,
cause
Dave!
problems.
I know what you're doing.
Man, I honestly, I've tried to get you guys to cross-platform with me, and none of you will do it. I need a tournament. I need a
You're
tournament
never
buddy. I got
on
my
to
friends are good, but
cross-platform with. What's wrong with you?
I need one person who can actually like carry a team with me on tournaments.
Oh,
'cause
you
I
mean
wanna
me?
win
Who
for fun.
outscores you?
No, you suck. That's not even like that's not even a question of your
answer,
incompetence.
feller.
Like you could literally just pull up my name versus yours,
fake news.
and it's
Fake-
hilariously bad
Fake
versus mine.
news. Yeah, well,
Hilariously
nobody
bad.
cares about the PlayStation.
It's legitimately way
We got
worse.
some more guys from MBS in there. Jans,
I wish.
Jans High and Jason, other Jason. I love you, buddy. Good to see you. So anyway,
I'm just saying.
you wanted to talk about
Play
this
COD
whole
with me.
coronavirus that you have. Thankfully, I am Budweiser free
You
from
know,
the coronavirus.
you know
That's how
what's
it works,
funny
right?
is-
100 Coronas to drink Budweiser, so I'm safe, right?
Yes,
That's a real thing.
because that's a different type of pee.
I mean,
We've established that Corona is basically what happens when someone drinks tequila and then pees the
that's
next
what
morning
happens when Jack
after
doesn't
it's been
like to drink
filtered
beer.
from the liver. That's
You're a
that's
terrible
Corona.
human.
We love NBS. Look at that.
That's Jack's
Dave,
new gamer
Dave,
group.
if
is
you're playing
NBS.
COD, you need to play. You need to send me an invite.
No, they don't PlayStation with you. I'm sorry.
It doesn't matter. They can cross-platform.
They
and then
won't.
They can keep good, scrubs.
They will not. M in chat, I am starving and no one will bring me food. So, guys, if you want to have a good crowdfunding thing to do, calm down, Mom.
Bring get my mom some food. That is
oh my
that is
gosh.
apparently the way
That
it is.
said, though, we do need to set up the Patreon thing because I do want to mention this. We're going to be donating to a charity at the end of the year from Patreon because we do have a Patreon. I got to set it up. I haven't had the time or desire to actually go through and set it up correctly. But anything donated till the end of this year will be given to some charity or another. We haven't figured out what charity yet. We want your guys' input. I got a couple in mind, and maybe we'll do a poll on it on the Facebook page for what charity we'll donate to. 90% of it will go to that charity, maybe more. I was going to go like 85, 90, then I realized I don't have to pay Patreon, and then it's like, whatever. So I'll just donate as much as possible, because honestly, we're going to do this anyway. Whether I can afford it doesn't matter.
Yeah, we're probably just going to keep going. It's whatever.
But it would be good to do something nice. I want to do something nice for the people, for the folks. So if you have charities in mind that you would like us to donate to or have them up there, we'll put them up for a vote. Maybe we'll do a poll. And email us at vanishinggates@gmail.com or go to our Facebook page for Vanishing Gates. Yeah. You can also follow us on Twitter.
I mean, you can, but should you?
We don't really post much on Twitter. By that I mean I don't post much because Jack is totally not involved with any of the social media stuff.
No.
At all.
I'm hardly involved with being alive currently, so it's...
But I'll try to get back to you. I promise. I promise I will. As much as I can. So, the coronavirus. Let's talk about a problem that's been plaguing the nation. Plaguing the nation.
What is it? Everybody keeps saying that there's plagues that happen in the 20s specifically.
Every 100 years, the 20s.
Listen, okay. Nature has a way of doing things, and sometimes it's just mean. Every 100 years.
The novel coronavirus, or is it novel?
What is it? Novel?
I think it's
novel?
I think it's novel.
I think it is novel.
I haven't heard anyone actually say it. I've just seen it spelled, and it looks like a novel.
It
so
looks
it's
like
a
novel
virus.
It's spelled
nothing.
novel.
Not a big deal.
So
It's novel.
It's a novel. It's a novel. It's a novel idea. It's a novel idea. That coronavirus.
It's a novel idea. First of all, the coronavirus has been around for freaking ever. It's something that most people have come in contact with at one point or another in a different way.
Yeah, it's basically just a conglomerate of things.
The problem is this particular strain of that virus is a little different because it can last outside of a human host for like 3 or 4 days or something like that.
Yeah, and then on top of that, it can be spread without any symptoms even showing.
And it can seriously cause pneumonia, and it's very infectious.
Yeah, which we know people who've had pneumonia recently, so we're pretty sure they probably have coronavirus.
They all have coronavirus.
Yeah, and they've already poisoned everybody. Thanks, Mom.
Once you start turning into zombies, you're proper fucked.
Proper fucked. Look, zombies are bad if you're fat like me, you can't run very fast, or you're with your friends who want to start the zombie apocalypse, but there's only one zombie, and you unfortunately don't have a weapon.
Start a zombie apocalypse. What kind of horrible decision is it? I want to start a zombie apocalypse. Who sits down and says that? It's different to say, man, if a zombie apocalypse happens, I'm ready. Versus,
what you're saying is,
you know what, motherfucker?
Saying
let's
is if you have the first and only zombie
apocalypse.
You have the first and only zombie in front of you. You're shooting it. You're not just shoving a friend in to keep it going a bit.
Yeah,
so you're that guy.
I tried to kill
you're that guy. You're just gonna ruin the fun.
Yeah,
you're ruining this. You're just ruining the zombie apocalypse before the zombie apocalypse.
I'm sorry about the entire idea of social collapse and humanitarian destruction. I'm not a big fan of that particular thing.
This is not the guy you want finding the first zombie in the zombie apocalypse, because he will ruin our zombie apocalypse before it could get to the hipsters.
Yeah, by fixing it.
And by the way, I have discovered something. Another disease, real quick. We're gonna. I'm just gonna segue for like half a second here. People who partake.
Boomer.
People who wear. Yeah. That's fucking.
You boomer.
That's right. Led Zeppelin and everything.
True.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Screw you. Jimmy Page is the man. Anyways.
Agreed. With that part.
I will go back to being a boomer now.
First of all, you're not.
I have discovered that people who wear shirts, like people who like, I go everywhere we go in our area, people like wear like weed shirts, like, you know, cannabis, marijuana, whatever you want to call it. They wear like
clothes.
They wear weed shirts, like they have keychains with it. Their gaming profiles all have like 420 or something in it. And I've just realized something. People who do that are the new hipsters.
All right, I do want to point out this in chat because
They
I
are
have
the
to
new
correct my
hipsters,
mother on
okay?
something,
The new ones.
which is going to be really fun. I get to correct my mom. Yeah, they get a virus in Japan, and to keep us from getting it, they send the people here who have it here and take care of them. Mom, coronavirus, as it is right now, comes from China. It's a different place.
It's from the Wuhan province.
The Wuhan
China.
province of China, which actually, the
Nowhere
strange
near
and crazy
actually.
part, here's where the crazy fun stuff goes. The Wuhan province, there's actually a known biological research facility there, i.e. warfare facility.
Are we just going to pass on the fact of the reality here that people who indulge in weed culture and have 420 in their name or something to do with marijuana is basically just a bunch of the new hipsters?
We can move right along that, but
I'm
before
saying
that, so I don't know why
they're just hipsters, and we should mock them and make them feel bad about themselves until they stop doing that.
Stoners and hipsters are not the same thing.
No,
man.
they are now. They are, because hipsters are dead and stoners have taken over their position. And these aren't even stoners, because these aren't stoners, because your everyday stoners are guys who aren't wearing the clothing or repping it. They're just there as a high
You're
as
a
shit.
fucking boomer.
They're
I
just
was
high
wrong.
as shit. Whereas
How are you older
these
than
guys,
me, little brother?
These are just guys who think
God.
it's cool, so they're walking around with their pants sagging and their fucking weed marijuana shirts on and
weed
looking,
marijuana shirts.
they're injecting all the marijuanas, and
Injecting
they
all
didn't
the-
watch any of that reefer madness that was helping us. That was some some terrible.
So,
okay, I'm a boomer now.
You need a nap? What the hell is wrong with you? Notice
Now the
every
diagnosis.
time you talk, our viewer count goes down by like
Shut
10.
the fuck up.
You're
Anyway,
a
so,
terrible human being, boomer.
coronavirus. Let's get.
You have the boomer virus.
I do. It's my problem.
So,
my problem.
how much shit did you get for that Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury fight? That I got? I should have bet money on that.
I didn't
knew
get
it.
any shit for it.
knew
I just said I just knew Fury was gonna win.
Everyone did. We were at that wedding. We're like, everyone's no.
Yeah, I didn't even talk about it. I was just like,
Here's
no,
how
he's gonna
good
win.
I feel
I didn't
about
argue
that.
about it.
Eddie Bravo thought that Deontay Wilder was going to win. I feel good based on the fact that I was right and he was wrong. And I still wouldn't fight that guy. So, back to the coronavirus. Anyhow. So, we know there's a facility in Wuhan, China.
And we also know that the Chinese are not
Exactly honest
they're
about
not
anything.
exactly they're not too concerned about releasing things into their population.
I tell you what, right now, anything the Chinese government says, I'm going to go with, yeah, I don't believe you.
I'm just gonna say that even it's one of those things that
No,
they're
we're
petty.
totally telling the truth. We promise. We're telling you the truth right now.
Listen.
And dude, the doctor that actually alerted everyone to the spread of this particular strand of virus is
I
dead
hear he took a
now.
vacation.
Yeah, a permanent vacation.
I hear the Chinese sent him to Disneyland.
Well, I think
And his
he died
plane
from
never
the
made
freaking
it.
virus, which
Shocking.
is weird because
Weird.
it causes pneumonia normally.
Yeah, it's just
But
strange. It's like you got an
still-
advanced version of that virus. So odd.
Have you seen the things, the postings up? I can't verify it's true, but I never paid attention to my Lysol wipes where it says kills like this and this and this, and the coronavirus is on there. I'm
Yeah,
not sure if that's real or fake.
I don't know, but I'm
I
just
never
gonna
paid
point this
attention.
out that
But
I
know
would
that
like
it's
to
been
say
around for a long
that
time.
it's just really interesting that we stopped hearing a lot about Shanghai.
No.
And at the same
Shanghai?
time, there are.
Shanghai.
Did I just say Shanghai?
You did.
What
you
the hell am I talking
Shanghaied-
about?
Your brain
Hong
Shanghaied
Kong.
you from Hong Kong.
my brain
I think
Shanghaied my
I think
intelligence for a
saying
second.
Shanghaied is gonna get us
We got
canceled.
Shanghai. Anyways, no. The funny thing is, we stopped hearing about Hong Kong. Except for the last time I heard about Hong Kong was that this virus.
The
was,
last time I heard about Hong Kong, are people were shooting arrows off a fucking university at the Chi-Coms to get their freedom back.
Well, it's not just
That's
that.
the
It's,
last
I
thing I
heard that
heard,
there
and
was
then suddenly
a bit
Wuhan
of an
virus.
outbreak of the Wuhan
and
virus
then
in that
suddenly
area.
everyone's
Oddly,
sick. And now it's spread to California. It's in our area, our county.
yeah,
is
in the
now
small,
infected
small podunk country
by this
town.
particular strand of the freaking coronavirus. We now have novel coronavirus here in Humboldt County. That's a scary thing because we are isolated, dude. The fact that it's here,
yeah, we're screwed.
Not a good sign.
There's no getting out. I mean, if it starts to spread in this town, you're screwed. There's nothing. There's nothing for it.
This is where maybe they sent it here to die.
Yeah, this is where it would die. There's not a lot of people leaving this bitch.
Most people are just like walking around with all the diseases here, so maybe this is where they sent the coronavirus to learn.
Well, they said if you have like alcohol in your system, you're immune to it. Like you're gonna.
Oh,
I heard that.
I'm
pretty sure this entire town is safe.
That I don't drink at all.
99% of this town will be immune if that's the case.
As I enjoy this artisan water.
However, if it's meth, that's we'll cure it.
I wonder if it's immune to meth. But here's the thing: have you seen like the video of like the gal walking outside of her house in China, and like the drone is following her, talking to her?
Yeah, that's standard.
No. Are you sure? Like, is that really happening?
Yep. They also have a point system.
The Chinese government's actually rolling around with these big hoses, fucking spraying disinfectant. First of all, that's more immediately dangerous than whatever disease you guys are spreading
is not
around.
That's good for you. Like
you're gonna die. Like you're gonna disinfect people. Like why don't you just light things on fire and call it a day?
Yeah,
but they're spraying disinfectant over buildings.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna use that excuse for Hong Kong pretty soon just to go ahead and scorch dirt the shit out of that area.
Well, they're doing it everywhere in China right now.
Well, let me put it like this: it's
my best.
They have a
disinfectant of hose impression.
In China, they actually have something called a point system that works on like a Facebook, and it's if you toe the party line, you get points. If you don't, you lose points. And if you don't have enough points, you can't do certain jobs, you can't get certain positions, you can't purchase certain things. You lose rights. This is an actual thing that exists in China. It is literally a system where if you do not toe the party line, you post one thing wrong, you lose points. It is a nasty, dirty, communist piece of shit idea, and it is one of those things that tells you that China needs to actually burn, and I hope that Wuhan spreads because, God, that place needs to go fast.
Oh, man, this is how you kill a podcast, Jack.
It's a joke.
No, it's not. This is how you destroy everything we've done so far.
I'm just kidding. Listen.
Statement.
The fact of the matter is, this is a regime that doesn't give a crap about its people. Its people deserve to live. Its people deserve better than what they're getting now because a lot of them are just unaware. No. They deserve better than what they're getting now. That's what I said.
The Chinese government's full of shit.
That's what I'm saying. Is they deserve better than that damn government. I meant when I was just getting on such a roll, I didn't get to say government.
You deserve the government you get.
No, you don't. You deserve it better.
Thomas Jefferson said that. I think it was.
Well, that's true, but at the same time, it's like
not the government you get. You deserve the.
At the same time, there's just so many people there. It's just difficult to get people to rally, especially since they've been under this fist for so long. It's kind of like gold stars in grade school, except for if you don't have enough, I assume you disappear eventually.
First of all, it's ironic that Billy would say gold stars when he never wants to get a gold star. It's an internal joke. Inside joke. Internal joke. Sorry, cousin. Wrong word. Inside joke.
I don't get it.
No, you don't.
I'm sick. Anyways, I'm sick, so I'm not thinking straight, so I'm just kind of rambling there. But no, I mean, the thing is the government is like the government in that nation or in China is covering up something badly, and they are not.
Well, dude, they weaponized something. Here's what I think happened. And I'm going to be all conspiratorial. I'm going to put my tinfoil hat on, much like our buddy Tom Vlasis, the Paranormal Patriot. Check him out, by the way, the Paranormal Patriot podcast. Check him out. He's awesome, has some great stuff. But I'm going to don the tinfoil hat as he would and say this. China, in fact, invented this particular strain, or they altered the strain of something that's been around forever. And some idiot that works in that particular facility accidentally let it loose in Wuhan province.
Accidentally, theoretically.
No, I think it was accidental. I think it was accidental. They wouldn't have let it out there. They would have let it out somewhere more like provocative. It wouldn't have been in the Wuhan province. It would have been like right where the protesters are.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was meant to go to Hong Kong.
Because at this point in age, I don't know that you remember when China rolled tanks over people.
That was actually a
myth. No, I know. I'm just saying it's not really a myth. But
I mean, I'm sure they did, but I'm at the same time.
Chi-coms rolled right over people in the protest.
Like Tiananmen Square was a bit over exaggerated.
Yeah, and they learned their lesson. We have to be more quiet about it. We have to be darker and ruder about this, and more violent and disgusting. So we have to do this. But they wouldn't do it in Wuhan province so much.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Is it messed up
Wuhan's a
that
weird
right
area to do
after
that.
this came out, I started playing that Plague Inc. game again?
Oh God,
And guess where I always start?
Wuhan.
Well, no, you just go from China. You don't go from Wuhan, but I always start in China to spread the plagues.
Don't worry, I've got the plague. It's all right.
Dude, like it's pretty easy to spread apparently.
But the thing is it doesn't need to have like any kind of. And hold on, first off, don't be afraid if you're in one of the Western nations, because honestly, your
And also,
likelihoods of happening what's happening in China to us is. It's slim to none. There's not real high chance of it being like a deadly
there's
epidemic.
arguments that tens of thousands of people have been killed by this in China.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's not the same here as it is in China.
Yeah, hypothetically.
When
but
you've
they're
got
also
living conditions
in
like China,
do you see that thing about China where they're like, oh yeah, we got these new hospitals up, and there's all hospitals that are like just Quonset huts from like some like
That's
Chinese,
what I'm saying.
like Wish style catalog.
the likelihood, the thing is even over the counter stuff is better than nothing. But in China, they got nothing. That's the problem. There's just too much nothing there.
Did you catch that thing on when the WHO chick, the person leading it, actually got caught on camera saying that vaccines haven't done a damned thing to help, but our cleanliness standards have been the more important factor in us not having disease in America?
Yeah, that's
Did you see
that's
that?
basically.
And then
it,
she
but-
like walked it back, and they washed that statement out. Like,
Here's
not
the
that,
thing.
I'm not saying
You know what the irony
vaccines
here
are
is?
bad,
Is
by the
that,
way, folks. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm
Just
not saying that either.
it's
But I had this
funny when
weird
these, quote,
conversation.
professionals are all the retarded.
I had this
Is
weird
what's
conversation with someone who's telling me about talking about
And I'm
vaccinations.
dumb, so
And they were like, well, they have to guess which strain it is, and then, it's different strains they use every year, and then they have to guess, and sometimes they get it right, sometimes they get it wrong, but this year they got it wrong, so the strain that you're getting that's vaccinated for isn't the vaccination for the proper strain that's going around now. And I stopped, and I was like, so wait a minute, the coronavirus is a flu. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, so what you're saying is if you catch the flu when you have this in your system, it actually is counterproductive. It actually makes it worse because you have a false strain in your system, and it causes you to build an immune system, or it forces your immune system to basically become, intolerant of the vaccination in the first place. So that's what he was telling me. Is essentially it becomes intolerant, so your system won't accept the vaccination anymore, and you'll actually get sicker. And I sat there and I was like, and I thought about it. I'm like, so anyone who's been vaccinated for this strand and gets something much worse, which is the coronavirus, which is the flu on crack, then you've got like this huge freaking problem now, and that might be an actual issue. Is that all the
guys,
people
also,
who have been vaccinated
when
are
you're
about
listening,
to catch
don't forget to
one hell
like
of a storm.
the page, follow, share, subscribe, and if you're listening to the podcast, please like that and share it with your friends.
But that's a theory that I think
yeah.
might be a problem. Is if that's the case, if the case is that when people catch the flu when they have the vaccination and it was a different strain, that they actually get sicker, and the coronavirus is something that leads to something really severe, like pneumonia. And the problem is if that's the case, then there's a huge chance that if people who are vaccinated start catching the coronavirus, it's deadly. It's actually dangerous for them.
So when I was a mortician, I'll tell you, like I looked at a lot of death certificates. The only thing involved in this, and I never saw as a cause of death, was coughing or sneezing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it was nothing. It was always myocardial infarction, pneumonia, hemorrhaging in the brain, stuff like that. It was never just he coughed and he died. So
I don't know. I mean, the thing about this idea about getting vaccinated for the flu always confused me, because I'm like, well, I mean, your body
the
builds
sickest
immunities
I
to
ever
it.
got
There's no
was
reason
when I
not
got
to.
the sickest I ever got. Remember, like I used to get sick like once a year around holidays. That was like back in the day. Do you remember that? Like I would get sick around Halloween and Christmas every year. I would never get sick outside of that, but every year I get sick though. But I'd never get sick, and then even that died off as I got older. Well, when I finally had my stomach surgery done, when they pulled those polyps out of my guts and stuff, when they did the scopes, they drained my guts out and they took out the bacteria that was in my stomach. So they drained my intestinal bacteria, and I started getting sick all the fucking time. They drained out part of the bacterial, because if you guys don't know this, you're kind of an ecosystem. Like as an individual, you have other creatures that live inside of you that help your body move and digest, that help your immune system. Well, when my immune system, it got compromised because they drained the stuff out of me because they wanted to stick a camera in my butt and my throat.
Sounds like good. I mean, hopefully they had
I got camera
not
spit
in that
roasted.
order. Hopefully
And
not in that order.
I got camera spit roasted. And
Did they clean them at least?
I don't know. They pulled polyps out. They never told me it was cancerous or not, which is strange because usually they'll tell you. So, that said, what killed our grandfather was, in fact, one of the things they said I had going on. So, but once
I see you have computer cancer going on here.
Yeah, computer cancer. Yeah, I've deleted this 5 or 10 times.
Once you see EA and EA on the screen, you know it's computer cancer.
EA, yeah. It's video game cancer too. So, once they clipped the polyps out, everything was fine. I woke up. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, yeah, you're going to be cool now. We pulled some polyps out. We'll let you know. They never let me know. But that part, I'm pretty sure I'm fine. But it was irrelevant because after that, I started getting sick all the time. I started getting, really sick. Like, my immune system was compromised. If someone sneezed in my face, I was dead. I was like, ugh. When I used to be just totally fine and cool to deal with it.
Well, I mean...
So, I don't know. Maybe I have, I don't know.
Maybe, but I don't know, man. I mean...
I'm just saying, we don't understand much about how human bodies work overall, aside from, I just get my shit done.
So, I mean, don't take us, don't take us as scientists. Don't be like, oh, well, Vanishing Gates said don't do this.
I'm literally only talking from experience. Like, I know that when my guts were drained out, they killed a lot of the good bacteria that had built up.
Well, yeah, that's common.
And I'm not sure that you can build that back. Think about it. Like, that's bacteria that's built in my stomach from different states.
Now imagine if every day in your gut is like 100 years, and eventually there was a great flood in your gut. And it's been like 200 years or something like that for that bacteria.
Yeah, think about it, though. Like, I've gone through these many places and changes and stuff and different bacterial stuff.
The doctors caused an apocalypse in your gut.
I think I should sue the hospital for butt scoping me.
They genocided the germs that were
what was horrible was when the chicks, like, the nurse, the nurse, the nurse is like, hey, do you want me to put this in your butt, or do you want him to put it in your butt? I'm like, at this point, doesn't matter anymore.
I'm pretty sure all of my dignity is gone right now. Yeah, so you go ahead, and just whichever one of you feels like doing it, go for it. Let's just
whoever
flip
wants
a coin.
a damn day ruined, you go for this. I got your back. I don't even care anymore. I'm probably gonna die anyway from this.
Yeah, it's cool. We're already on this path.
Ruined my immune system.
We don't need to.
I believe that wholeheartedly.
That is exactly what it did. I imagine. But I mean, I'm gonna say this. My opinion of the coronavirus, though, back to the tip point, is I think it's probably something more manufactured because of how fast it's spreading and how bad it is.
No, 100%. This particular strand of the coronavirus is absolutely manufactured by the Chinese government. I have no doubt of that.
Yeah, I think it's for Hong Kong if I was personally.
Huh?
I think it's for Hong Kong if I was personally to.
No, I'm not that closed-minded where I think that individual problems in China is a litmus test.
Hong Kong is one of the biggest problems I've ever had. The biggest issue that they're facing now is the
Yeah,
fact that they have a full-blown revolution going on in an entire in a
Not
province.
anymore.
Well, yeah, not now. Now that they've had the coronavirus to shield them from probably committing death or genocide against a bunch of people in Hong Kong, and a bunch of dead protesters that no one will find, and they'll be blamed for the coronavirus when they do find them eventually.
Yeah, but they wouldn't let it out in Wuhan. I think it was an accidental release.
Theoretically, but you never want to put anything directly on what you're about to actually hurt. You're gonna put it somewhere else.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, look at the ducky. Look at the ducky. Keep on looking over here. It's pay attention over here while I'm smacking people that I need to smack on this side. It's pay attention to something else.
Why was there a ducky involved?
It's look at the ducky. It's a picture thing.
Most of the people
it's a picture thing.
See this.
And I'm waving my hand around like it's a ducky because duckies wave their hand. Shut the hell up. I don't know. God, bitch.
You got to explain what you're doing to the folks that are listening and not watching. Those of you who are listening to the podcast version of this, Jack was flailing his hand around like a ducky, I guess. This is a ducky. If you can't see this, it means I'm flapping my hand up and down like a limp wrist, and it's not working functionally. And then he went smack to it, which makes no bunny foo-foo sense.
Yeah.
Anyways, through the forest.
So I'm just telling you right now that it was probably a setup to do away with the
think so, too.
protesters in Hong Kong.
Well, I don't agree with that part. I think that it was more than that. I think it was before that.
It's actually going to be really easy to tell because
Alex
what all
Jones
of this clears up,
believe it or
and
not,
Hong Kong is no longer heard from after this virus is dealt with. That's what we know for sure.
Dude, it's in Humboldt County. Someone messed up Ron is what happened.
Yeah, that was an issue.
I think it was unintentionally released to the public by a guy.
Have we burned the people who had it?
No, we don't do that.
We should burn the witch and their house and all their belongings.
They're still alive.
Just in case.
That's probably not
No,
good.
just in case.
That's not my suggestion.
Here at Vanishing Gates, we do not condone burning people nor their belongings.
Here at Vanishing Gates, Jack literally just condoned burning people and their belongings. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Do not do that.
Walk with a flamethrower through your neighborhood and burn stuff.
Don't be
That's
doing
what
this.
You sound like the most
it was a joke.
Video
it was
game
clearly,
weird guy ever.
It was
Good
clearly
Lord,
sarcasm.
son.
It was clearly sarcasm.
It was
you need to get right off my back about that.
sarcasms.
No, it was sarcasm. Don't
He
burn
just
people.
sarcasmed in his soul.
Only burn people verbally.
It's hard to wipe up.
Verbally.
Anyway, are you serious right now?
What? Burn people verbally?
You're out that far out of the scope of knowing what's going on with the coronavirus. It's literally in town.
I know it's in town,
right here.
but I'm just saying that it's like who has it? Isn't it only like
Did you see
people?
that meme about like?
Hopefully, hopefully only 2 people have it.
Did you see that meme? And it's like someone's like, "I trust the government as much as I'd rather lick a Chinese doorknob." Right now, what the hell?
Yeah, I don't.
That's distasteful. Distasteful. Oh yeah, I guess we got to be kind of professional. Also, don't die from the Kung flu.
Yes, please don't. I love the fact that I was sitting there and I was talking to this young lady.
I'm not going to call coronavirus not the Kung flu. That's not fair.
I was talking to this 8-year-old who was sitting on my couch.
You know, it's an 8-year-old.
This young 8-year-old was sitting on my couch, and I was.
That's not a casting couch. Do I need to report you?
She was sitting on her nana's lap, and I walked in and I said, "Did you hear anything about the coronavirus being in town?" And she looks up and she goes, "You mean the Kung flu?" And I was like,
"Hold on, what 8-year-old were you talking to on whose nana?"
9-year-old, 9.
What the hell are you talking about?
A 9-year-old girl sitting on her nana's lap at my place.
Do you have other like nieces and nephews I don't know of?
Nope, but I wasn't gonna say her name out loud.
Are you talking about one of my children?
Yes. And she looked up at me and she's
And
like,
"You don't know their
do you
ages?"
She's 9, right? I said 8 though first. She's 9. One's 11, one's 12, one's 8, and one's 9. I just asked the other day.
No.
Listen, I don't know the ages of all of the kids of the world, okay? I don't go around to South Bend, Indiana asking these questions, all right?
First of all, why does South Bend, Indiana come up?
I don't know. I had to throw a curveball and see if you would like walk away from this.
You just headbutted your microphone.
I'm a little tired. Shut up. And I probably am dying of the coronavirus. So you know,
you just got Kung flu chopped.
I've got
in
Kung
the
flu.
throat.
It's over. I'm dead.
Oh my gosh.
Kill me.
That's horrible. Anyway, guys, so thank you so much for listening to the show tonight or watching.
I want to apologize for saying that an entire nation deserves to die. That was not my intention. I meant to say their government.
You're not making it better there, Hitler.
I meant to say their government, and if you were offended,
Adolf.
If you were offended, well, one day when I take control, I will make sure to approach that as a topic.
Don't worry, guys. I'll make sure that doesn't happen. I won't let a Mussolini over you.
I'll let him have a choice in it, I'm sure.
Good grief. We're not going to go into that. What's wrong with you, son? You're crazy. Sons of bitches. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching Vanishing Gates. Listening, if you're listening on the podcast format, we appreciate that on the Twitter, Spotify. Yeah, it goes on Twitter too.
Twitter too?
Yeah, Stitcher, Twitter, Spotify.
I didn't know Twitter was
all over the damn place.
held it.
No, they just share like
holy crap
links. I know the stupid pop-up thing goes from this gaming thing I was part of, and they need to be reduced to rubble. That's what you should wish the coronavirus on.
Yes, wish it upon them.
Anyhow,
We will not explain who them is.
thank you
in
for
case of
watching,
lawsuit.
listening, and downloading. Please give good responses. So I have a hard time getting reviews and listener stories. I know we get them, but sometimes they go to the the inbox that's marked for trash and spam
Oh yeah.
on the Gmail, and it's not intentional. So make sure you email us at vanishinggates@gmail.com.
Not the
And
spam box.
yeah, well, it doesn't matter because
I'm pretty sure it
sometimes you
doesn't-
have to
you
put a
can't
title
put
in. If
that
you don't
in
put a
there.
title in, it's going to go to the spam box. So we don't want you to go to the spam box. We want to read your stories on air and enjoy what you guys have to say too. And always, guys, if we're live, join us in chat on Facebook. We're live every Sunday night at 7 p.m.
Unless I'm
usually, unless Jack doesn't sleep in.
Unless hey, I'm sorry.
Unless Jack sleeps in.
I apologize.
7 o'clock. 7 p.m.
I apologize.
Pacific Standard Time. So we'll be here, and you can join us on the chat. Hit us on Facebook there. Check out our Facebook page and our Twitter. And again, this year we're looking at, we have a Patreon we've been using for a long time. We haven't ever used it really. But what I want to do this year is to raise money for a charity. So if you have a charity you'd like us to donate to, let me know. Hit me up. Hit us up. You can even send us a message on Facebook, like not just like a email, but you can actually message on Facebook and I'll respond to you. I won't get back to you right away probably because there's a lot of crap that goes on, but give us the charity of your choice and we'll put it up. We get like 3 or 4 of them. We'll do a vote, and then we'll donate 90% of what we get on Patreon or more this year at the end of the year to that charity that people vote for and decide we want to go for.
Cool.
So it's really cool. I'm glad you guys are here. You've done a lot for us being here. It's been awesome to be involved in this community. And Jack, look at him. He's lost some weight.
It's the Kung Flu.
He's still a big giant guy. He's smushy. Ooh. Anyway, I'm Jay, and this is
a Jack.
And
the coronavirus carrier.
Do you want to do your thing?
Goodbye, everybody. Everybody was Kung Flu fighting.
Oh, you gotta do that.
Those coughs were fast as light. Oh, sorry. I'm out.
You know what? I'm glad you did that. That was pretty funny. And